Hello, everybody who may tune in. Thank you for doing so. I hope everybody's having a good day. Not really too sure what I'm going to be doing, but I hope everybody's having a good day. And yeah, I mostly do just want to say, though, congratulations to Ontario Provincial Police, Spencer Mills 14716, to Staff Sergeants, to ex-chief, to Shannon Cork, to Robert Kane, Robert Lucas, Shelley Hafner, and Stacy, to Dr. Tatiana V, to Dr. Joy Hadley, to Dr. McGregor, Dr. Pritchard, Dr. Waldron, Dr. Barton, and to the triage nurses, Terry, David, and Tanya, Paladin Security, to William Wooldridge, to Blair Hardy, Tyler Lake, and Javen Allstein. I would like to say thank you very much for ending my bloodline, for doing this to me for O.P.P revenge. I am the victim of identity theft. I am the victim of brain injuring. I am the victim of skull deforming. I am the victim of torturing. I am the victim of kidnapping. The victim of sex assault. Medical blacklisting, medical discrimination, and treatment refusals done with criminal negligent intent. I spoke up back in 2019 of O.P.P crimes out of the Morning Star mission here in Napanee, and as a result, I became a victim. As I'm sitting here doing this, I am having a lot of problems thinking. I'm having a lot of memory problems, and this is from me being injured over the course of 3 years from what is called remote neuro monitoring. It is a nano microchip implant, and it is police and military tech. And what it does, it destroys a person's central nervous system, and police here are using it for criminal illegal means in Napanee, Ontario. I have been deformed about 50 different shapes and sizes. My skull has been shortened, my skull has been elongated, it's been widened, it's been flattened, it's been rounded out. I go through changes on a daily basis from being broadcasted through by all of these people who are drug fed, money paid co-offenders with and for Lennox and Addington, Ontario Provincial Police. What they are doing to me is revenge retaliation, but it is also how they human traffic, how they frame, and how they murder here. They have their doctors that I had named, they have and use to co-commit with criminal negligence and cover their crimes. They are associated to Hells Angels and Bandidos, human trafficking, human sex trade, slavery trafficking. They were children to pedophiles, actually, and adults to sex offenders is how it's being done. Financial thefts and frauds, lies, time buying cover-ups, lies stating that I've had long criminal records and histories, lies stating I have long psychological records and history, and none of that is true in any way, shape, or form. Never been in any one of those places in my life, and that lie needs to be answered for by the ones who told it, to help cover this up, to help me get discriminated against and not be taken serious about what has taken place with me and by whom, how, and why. The whole right side of my head is completely and totally gone. I have absolutely no stimulation anymore in any way, shape, or form. I could put earbuds in, turn it up full blast, and I would not feel a thing really. I would hear it, but I would not have any stimulation. It's like it's completely and totally gone. I have air going through my body. I have other stuff being pumped through me, and it's actually bloating my body up, blowing my body up. And that's no joke. So after 3 years of going through this, it's completely done. I have Blair Hardy using it on me. He is a serial killer. He is a drug trafficker. He is a human trafficker. He is financial thefts and frauds, identity thefts and frauds, insurance thefts and frauds, and he is also one half of the people that stalked my mother and is guilty of murdering her back in 2020, causing her death. Him and alleged Blair Hardy is alleged Bandido's leader, and William Wooldridge, one known as William Wooldridge, is alleged Hells Angels Ontario chapter leader, and they are both the ones that give the orders to the police here in Napanee and the doctors and the other ones that they give drugs to, and a lot of money, $300 a day plus the drugs of choice. I've been going through injuring, torturing. My body's been mutilated. My right lung is completely and totally gone. It feels like I don't even feel it anymore when I breathe. My kidney is pretty well screwed. I go to the bathroom. I don't want to say this, but I go to the bathroom now and it's blood from places that it shouldn't be. I cough up blood all the time because of my lung from it being damaged and me not being taken serious about what has taken place with me because the doctors involved when I go to the hospital. I would go there, my head was swelling up, and I was just being labeled as me with a headache or me on drugs that I do not do when I am against the crap. I've lost too many friends and family from drugs, and I myself, back in 2011, 2012, I overdosed. I took something I shouldn't have, and I overdosed, and it was my wake-up call. So I do not and have not want no part of any kind of drugs in any way, shape, or form. I don't even take pills, synthetics. I have want nothing to do with any of that either. So I am a very spiritual person. I was meditating sometimes 7, 8 hours a day. I was going out. I was trying to help my fellow person, give them human rights. If they were in need, I was trying to help them. And as a result, it backfired. Everybody pretty much that I had tried to help are the ones who are and have used this remote neuromonitoring on me, doing this to me. And like I said, this is police and military tech that's been in use since the 1960s, and not a lot of people are aware of it, which benefits the ones using it, especially when it's being done for criminal means. As it stands right now, O.P.P, Lennox and Addington, Ontario Provincial Police are guilty of homicide in the first degree premeditated through William Wooldridge and Blair Hardy on my mother. They are guilty of injuring, torturing, sex assaulting me, kidnapping me, medically blacklisting me to assure that this has taken place with me, having me falsely arrested, to give me a record I did not previously have, and so they could get everything they needed for my prints, my signature, and my picture for this identity theft. Even themselves have my picture from this. They could prove my identity theft, and from the different changes that have been taking place with me, which I have proven on many occasions. As I'm doing this right now, I'm getting what feels like air going through the back part of my head right here. My head has gotten a lot shorter in the back. My skull is completely and totally deformed. So I just want to show everybody what has taken place with me with my skull deforming. My skull has gone completely and totally flat. It gets rounded out. Like I said, it's been shortened, elongated. And right now I'm having being broadcasted through by Tyler Lake and William Wooldridge of 149 Center Street North, who is untouchable, is unarrestable. I've had Shannon Cork, a cop, laugh in my face over it as he walked by, and she told me to file a report that never would have got done. So I've even been surrounded hands on guns by police to prevent me from getting anything legal on them or doctors or anyone here else. Kidnapped 24 hours, May 27, 2021, after asking for help against them under incompetency BS. And that was their attempt to basically shut me up in hopes that I would have been kept, so I wouldn't be talking about what I'm talking about now and showing what I've been showing and proving what I have been proving over the course of the last 3 years. I've been trying to get help. I have not been able to get any legal help, any medical help. My human rights have been taken on me. They've assured this crime against me. William Wooldridge is a sex offender. He used to stalk children for the chief of police here, for the ex-chief of police. When I got his picture, he actually went into hiding for a while. But because of me having illegal prisoner tracking on me, which is his or Blair Hardy's, I have prisoner tracking on me illegally because every time I go out, they know exactly where I am and what I'm doing. Plus the remote narrow monitoring 24/7 use on me and being broadcasted through. So I read as him. Plus they have my picture, they have my urine and my blood as well, which they threatened the day that I got kidnapped. So they have all of that as well for this. They have my real CAT scan pictures, videos that I got done November 19th, 2019. They are in possession of it, and I was given a false copy. I've even had a justice of the peace making accusations against me, stating that I was high on marijuana and hallucinating being sodomized, and that was done to obstruct, and that was done to obstruct. By making that accusation against me, like, I don't think so. Especially when you're being ripped open, and not be so graphic, but when you're being having that happen to you, and it's caused serious problems. It's caused serious problems to me. And I hope you were all proud of it, especially when nobody in this town is arrestable. Right, Javen Alstein? Right, Tyler Lake? Excuse me? Right, William Aldridge? Right, Blair Hardy and the rest involved doing this? I don't know if that can even be seen. That was just a little, if that could have been seen, that was just a little part of Napanee. I'm sitting here and I am completely and totally numb. Like I said, I have no feeling in my head or my face whatsoever. And I cannot go to the hospital because the hospital and doctors here are involved, and it would do no good. Last time I went there, the one time I went there, Terry, the triage nurse, he tried to lock me into a room pretty much, and because I told him to stay away from me because he was a dangerous person, and didn't want him around me, so he tried to lock me in a room, starting his bullshit, hoping that I would actually react on him so they could say that it was me. A lot of lies against me about the psychological history and me being suicidal and a self-harmer and all of that, and none of it is true in any way, shape, or form. And Stacy and the rest that have cast that lie against me need to actually prove it, because it's not true in any way, shape, or form. It was done once again so I wouldn't be taken serious about what has taken place with me and by whom, how, and why. To prevent me help, so to prolong everything so this could take effect. While you were splitting people's skulls, while you were splitting people's brains, while you were using tech that a lot of people do not know about to cause them physical and mental injuries, to commit murders, and it's all being done through Wi-Fi, cell phone, and computers. You give this tech to people, these junkies who are co-offenders with you that you pay, and plus give drugs to. You're involved with human sex trade, slavery, trafficking. This is the police you think you know, and the doctors that help cover up their crimes. I can just imagine what would happen if a poor child actually had a predator here that went to the hospital. It would do them no good. They would be laughed at. They would probably be try to have the doctors here would probably try to have them committed, because most likely if it was to happen, it would be done by the police or one of the ones associated with them. I am 50 years old, and I spoke up to try to save lives here in town in Napanee. Like I said about the human homeless trafficking and the homeless exploitation that was taking place. These people are guilty of financial thefts and fraud as well. They're guilty of disability thefts and frauds. I am the end of my bloodline. My identity theft is done. I no longer feel my consciousness, my own real, true consciousness, from being injured over the course of 3 years. not being able to get any help. Doctor's name, Dr. Tatiana, is Stacy's girlfriend, and she is basically the one that signed my death warrant for this to happen, so I could not get taken serious, and that was done after my CAT scans back in 2019. Like I said, Chris, pretty much my own true real consciousness is pretty much gone because I'm being numbed down to be dumbed down constantly and getting EMFs and radiation in me. I get drugged up on a daily basis too from this junk, from when they are using this on me and numbing me down, and I'm getting air and whatever else pumped through my head while it's expanding my head, while it's numbing me down. This spot on the back of my head, conveniently, I've had that since I was shot by the ex-chief, and it will not heal. It has not healed in 3 years. I showed a doctor once at the hospital here, and the first words out of her mouth was, "How much cocaine do you do?" I don't fucking think so. Mind the language, but uh, I'm not on here trying to curse and swear, and I do apologize. I want this to be seen by more people than what is. Hanging out with my dog here. This is all being done on my laptop, so please excuse this for now. I hope that he was seen. That's my good little boy. His name is Run. He's actually 12 years old, and that poor dog has been through a lot. I was trying to help a woman here a few years ago on get off drugs, and she was staying with me. And as a result, she went out and she ended up getting drugs, came back and hallucinating, making accusations that she was seeing spirits coming out of my dog. As a result, she took crystal meth or some kind of drug and threw it into my dog's eyes and actually burned around them. Demanded money from me, chased me out of my own house with a knife. I had to run to neighbors' houses to actually get them to be a witness and to phone the police, which never showed up. Luckily, I survived it. And then come to find out that the person was actually a cop's sister. So when they found out that it was me and what was going on, they wanted no part of it. Anyway, I would actually like some ideas of some content that my viewers might find interesting and some of the things that they would possibly like to see me do on this channel besides just talking about what has taken place with me, although it is very serious and it is life depending for me. Right now, actually, as I'm doing this, the whole left side or right side of my face, right in here, it feels like I'm getting just all electricity. Like I do know and realize how crazy that must sound, but I think I have more than proven that what I've been talking about, actually exists. And I have more than proven the identity changes that have been happening to me on a daily basis. Thank you, Mr. Money. I appreciate that. Sending love back to you too. I'm glad that it did show up in your recommendations there, Mr. Money, and that you did watch it, and I appreciate it. I appreciate everybody. I love all, hate none. Really? Mm. They do. They do. If any, Mr. Money, I'll tell you what, it's neurological programming. That's exactly what it is. It's remote neuro monitoring. And I have probably about maybe 15 to 20 different people that use this on me. The goat in sheep's clothing, I like that one. That's good. Keep it up. And I am hopefully going to be trying to do the same. This needs to end because I'm not just the only one, as I got a fly going across my screen. I also have a few more things to come as well to expose this. With me, I know exactly who is responsible for doing it and exactly why because of me speaking of their crimes. So as a result, I became a victim of theirs. Okay, it sounds good. I look forward to it. Yeah, that is that's a lot of people's assumption, that's for sure. They are afraid of what they don't know. You're exactly right, or understand. 100% correct. I see that you're from the UK. I actually have my family has ties to the UK. Well, that's where my wood side is from. It's actually from a place called in Leicestershire, I believe it's called Claybrook Parvo. And I thank you. I've been talking about this now, what has taken place with me with no help whatsoever, even no matter how much I have been proven things. How has your day been going so far? Or I guess it would actually be nighttime over there now, wouldn't it? Actually, too, when I am having this happen to me, it causes my body to be severely dehydrated. I get my whole right side of my body. It feels like I've been split in half. And I have videos where I show my skull split. And at the time that it happened, I was not able to go to a hospital because of what was taking place with me. So it pretty much I had to self heal, and it still never really healed. But I had shown and have videos where it is completely and totally split to prove that this is happening, plus all the different deforming. I have pictures of the back of my head where it looks like I even have fingers coming out of my skull. That's how messed up this is. I hope you have a great day. Thank you so much. Yes, I do know what it is. I am. It's because I spoke of crimes that were taking place here, so yes, I did become a targeted individual. And it's being done to me through the police, through doctors, and inmates that they are using, and others, that gang stalkers, I guess. You don't need a passport to go from Canada to the UK because we're connected countries. Yeah, from my understanding, yeah. Well, when it comes right down to it, you never know. I really may need to take you up on that offer. Would you actually excuse me for about 2 seconds? I need to go grab a drink of water. No, there's no addictions. At one point in time, I was, but back in 2012, I was doing a lot of things that I'm not proud of, and I ended up taking a drug which is called Dilaudid, I believe it is, and I think it is a synthetic heroin, but anyway, I overdosed on it, and that was my wake-up call, and I've been since 2012. I have not had anything to do with anything. There's a lot of good programs here for people that are struggling with substance abuses too. The one thing I do, and I fully admit to, is I smoke marijuana and CBD, and a lot of that is for pain for what has taken place with me for medicinal purposes. Um, I don't drink, so, and after I had my wake up call, after me doing what happened to me, I actually quit by myself. So, and I was meditating. I'm a very spiritual person as it is. So I am a very, very spiritual person. Anyway, I was just going to keep this stream short. And here it is 34 minutes later. So I would like to thank everybody who sees this. And once again, if there is any lawyers out there that around Napanee in Canada and Ontario, Lennox and Addington, I am looking for lawyers for criminal and civil lawsuits against the police here, against doctors here, against mental health here for this provable crime. I am the end of my bloodline, and nobody around has been arrestable. I have not been able to get any legal help, medical help, nothing, like I said. So with that being said, one way or another, these people have to pay for the crimes they're doing against me. As it is, even if I'm doing this, the whole right side of my face right in here is completely starting to go over to my left. And I know it's pretty weird that I actually have to do this. Because of me going, having being so many different people using the remote neuromonitoring on me and my skull being completely deformed. Anyway, I'm going to wrap this up. I just want to say I hope everybody has a great day. Love all, hate none, be a neighbor, be a friend, help another if you can. Do it without an agenda because it needs to be done. Make humans for humans once more. Hit that like, share, subscribe, and share. This is very serious and important.